So hello student. So in the last class we have studied about how to find Z transform of an infinite duration sequence, in which you have solved few problem on how to find the infinite duration sequence, like for a right sided sequence, for example a to the power n un, and where we calculated the Z transform and then we find the region of convergence. So after that then we study about how to find region of convergence as well as the Z transform for a left sided sequence. Then we have concluded that the region of convergence for a left sided sequence is nothing but represents inside the circle. For right sided sequence it represents outside the circle. For left sided sequence the region of convergence is inside the circle, and for a two sided sequence that we have seen that it represents a ring shape, that is in between the two circle, the middle position, that is a ring, annular shape or ring shape, that represents the region of convergence of a two sided sequence. In this class we will study about the properties of Z transform. These properties are very important. If you know the basic Z transform, by using these properties of Z transform we can find easily a complex we can easily calculate the Z transform of other derived signal, that is from your basic signal. So suppose for example you know the Z transform of un, that is a step signal, then you can easily write the Z transform of u of n minus 1, for example time shifted version of step signal. Step signal. So these properties are really helpful to find the Z transform of a derived signal from the basic signal. So and one thing you should remember, that is your integration, derivative or summation, difference, these are all linear parameters, that is they obey superposition principle obviously. So first of all we will start from this linearity. Linearity means if you have two signal that is valid for n number of signal, I have taken here two example of two signal, that is x1z is a Z transform of x1n. So time domain x1n when becomes x1z in Z transform, and x2n the Z transform is x2z. Then the Z transform of the combined signal a x1n plus b x2n, where a b are scalar constant, scalar multiplied, a b are scalar multiplied, then the combined Z transform will be a x1z plus b x2z. So we can prove this. So proof of this is like, so the definition of Z transform is a x1n plus b x2n is nothing but summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a x1n plus b x2n whole to the power z to the power minus n. So that we can write like summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, a can be taken out and this is your x1n z to the power minus n plus b we can take out minus infinity to infinity x2n z to the power minus n. So from the definition we know this is the Z transform of x1n. So you can directly write a x1 z plus this is the definition for Z transform of x2n. So b x2z. Hence proved. If you have n number of signals, for example a x1n plus b x2n plus c x3n, then we can just add plus c x3z. That means you have to calculate individually the Z transform, then you have to add, and the region of convergence becomes the common region between these two Z transform, that we will see. The next property we will study about time shifting. Time shifting property. Next very important property, that is your time shifting property, or we can say that this is translation. This property is also known as translation property. So xz is if xz is the Z transform of signal xn and the initial condition of xn is equal to 0, that means initially the system is at the input signal or the system is at rest. There is no initial value like your transient, you have some initial value, so there is no transient condition here. Then we have two conclusion here. We have, because we can shift the signal, just we have studied in shifting operation, time shifting operation. If you shift the signal in time shifting, you can see here, that is I can shift the signal towards the right, that means delaying the signal x of n minus m. Here m times I am delaying the original signal xn, and the second is x of n plus m, that means we are advancing the signal by m times. So for these two, right shifting and left shifting, you can see here, if you shift that signal by time, then there is a multiplication in Z transform exponentially, that is Z to the power minus m. So time shifting leads to exponential multiplication in case of your Z other domain, that is one domain time shifting results into other domain exponential multiplication, and that exponential multiplication is nothing but Z to the power minus m. So you can see here x of n minus m is nothing but, if xn having Z transform xz, that I have written here, xz is the Z transform of xn, then you delay, if you delay the signal by m times x of n minus m, then we have Z transform Z to the power minus m xz. If you shift the signal by plus m times x of n plus m, then we have Z transform like Z to the power m x of z, Z to the power m x of z. That means just you can see here plus m, so we have to multiply Z to the power m, we have to multiply Z to the power m, that is positive power, minus m, you have to multiply Z to the power minus m, the sign must be same. That we will prove. One case I will prove here, case 1, that is I will take here Z transform x of n minus m, and then I will prove that this is the Z transform of a delay signal. Then I will solve one question also for this. So you know the Z transform formula, that is Z transform of x of n minus m, which is nothing but, we know the formula. What is the formula? Summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of, now I can write x of n minus m Z to the power minus m. So this is the formula. In place of xn, just I have to write x of n minus m. Then the second thing is, just I have to here you can see I have to multiply Z to the power m, and I have to divide with Z to the power minus m. So just here I am multiplying Z to the power m, I am dividing. The next summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n minus m Z to the power minus m. Just here I am multiplying Z to the power m and Z to the power minus m. So that will be cancelled out. That is Z to the power 0, nothing but m plus m minus m, that is Z to the 0, that is nothing but 1. Why I am doing so, that we can see here. So summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n minus m Z to the power, you can see here, if I take minus as a common, then this can be written as n minus m. So minus n plus m, and then we have another signal, that is Z to the power minus m. So you can take this Z to the power minus m common and put L is equal to n minus m. So this is into, so you can see here, we can take Z to the minus m as common and put summation of n is equal to minus infinity to then suppose n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n minus m Z to the power minus of n minus m. So you can see here, then I have to write, so put L is equal to n minus m. So if L is equal to n minus m, when n is equal to minus infinity, obviously the L becomes minus infinity. When n is equal to plus infinity, the range of L is also plus infinity. So that I will write here. So you can see here that is nothing but z to the power minus m summation of a. Now the range will be L is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of L z to the power minus L, x of L z to the power minus L, which is nothing but, just we can see here, which is nothing but the z transform of x of z. We can write this as x of z. So this becomes z to the power minus m x of z. In place of n, just the variable got changed, but the thing is same. That's why I am putting x of z. Hence, it is proved. Just you have to manipulate. The second one we can prove like this: multiply z to the power minus m and take common as z to the power plus m. Multiply and divide by z to the power minus m plus m, and then put another variable. Then we will find. So you have to remember this is the proof of this time shifting property. But you have to remember these two key formula. This is very important. So time shifting, time delaying the original signal by m times result into multiplication of z to the power minus m into xz. Multiplication by z to the minus m. If you shift the signal towards the left or advancing the signal, that is n plus m, then the original z transform xz and z to the power m. Then we will prove one problem on this. We will solve one problem. You know the z transform of un. The z transform is z by z minus 1. In the previous class I have solved a to the power n un, just in place of a to the power n, that means here 1 to the power n means 1. So in place of a, just I have to write 1. Suppose here 2 to the power n un, then I have to write z by z minus a. Just I am to write this. You know the basic formula. Suppose a to the power n un. What is the z transform? The z transform is z by z minus a, and the region of convergence is representing the outside the circle. Z magnitude is greater than a mod. So because region of convergence must not include this pole, then we have suppose un. Then what is the z transform? In place of a, what we have to write? 1. So this is the z by z minus 1, and the region of convergence becomes z mod greater than 1. Suppose here we have 2 to the power n un. So obviously you have to remember this a to the power n un, that is z by z minus a. So 2 to the power n un, this can be written as z by z minus 2, z by z minus 2, and the region of convergence becomes z mod greater than 2. This is how you can see. The formula is a to the power n un is z by z minus a, then 2 to the power n un is z by z minus 2. In place of a, you have to write 2. Another thing you have to observe here, one more thing. In exam, they will not give you just some mathematical manipulation. For example, in numerator and denominator I have to divide by z. So z by z, then here z by z minus a by z. You can see here, everywhere I have to divide z by z, then this becomes 1, z by z means 1, here this becomes 1 minus a . 1 minus a z inverse. So a to the power n un, you have to remember both z, either they will write z by z minus a, or they will write 1 by 1 minus a z inverse, 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. So these two formula you have to remember. So let us know that un. So the Z transform of un is, just now I have written Z by Z minus 1, and this becomes, region of convergence becomes Z more greater than 1. Then I have to find u of n minus 1 as well as u of n plus 2. Then obviously we can see here u of n minus 1, just but you know that is the Z transform un is Z by Z minus 1. So now from the time shifting property, what you have known, if you delay the signal by n minus 1 times, then what will be multiplied here, Z to the power minus 1 into x of z, where x of z is nothing but z by z minus 1. So z to the power minus 1 into z by z minus 1, which is nothing but 1 by z minus 1. And time shifting doesn't change your region of convergence, region of convergence will be same. Similarly, u of n plus 2, that means we have to multiply the numerator with z square. Why z square? Because this is shifted by 2. So z square into z by z minus 1, that is equal to z cube by z minus 1. So this is the Z transform of u of n plus 2. So by definition also we can prove that, but this is very easy. If you remember the property, that is your time shifting property, n minus 1, you know the Z transform un. So first of all you have to write the Z transform un is z by z minus 1. Then if you delay the signal by 1 time, that is n minus 1, then the Z transform becomes z to the power minus n xz, u of n plus 2 z square by into xz, xz is here z by z minus 1. And then just simple multiplication means z to the power minus 1 into z, they becomes, what will be, they cancel out, z to the power 0, that is 1, and z square into here z to the power 1. So you know the formula, a to the power n into a to the power m, which is nothing but a to the power n plus m. So this is the power formula, a to the power n. Here both the base are same, then you have to add the power. If both the base are same, then you have to just add the power. So here both the base are same, z to the minus 1 plus 1 cancel out, that is give you 1. Here both the base are same, but the power is 2 here and power is 1 here, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is how we will use the time shifting property. So next property that we will study about, multiplication by an exponential, that we will study. Property number 3. So this is very important. So next we will see that the multiplication by an exponential. This is also very important formula. Just now we have applied that formula. So if z transform xn is x of z, then if you multiply with an exponential, that is xn is now here you can see the difference between the two. Here directly xn is having z transform xz. So now we have multiplied a to the power n xn, a to the power n xn. That means we have multiplied an exponential with the signal xn, that is original signal. Then what will happen to the z transform? That is z transform is x of z by a. So here you can see z transform will be divided by a. A to the power n xn is nothing but just you find replace z with z by a. Just replace z with z by a. So just now we have studied. We can prove this by using a definition, that is, so z transform of a to the power n xn, the formula will be summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a to the power n xn z to the power minus n, a to the power n xn z to the power minus n. So you can see here, just you can manipulate here, then this becomes summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn z by a whole to the power minus n. So a to the power n, you can see here a to the power minus 1 whole to the power minus n, obviously that you can write directly here z by a whole to the power minus n. So which is nothing but the z transform of, so z transform of a to the power n xn is nothing but x of z by a, and now the region of convergence becomes, in place of z mod greater than your whatever that is value will be given. So everywhere we have to replace with z by a. So suppose this is z a mod into the radius r. So directly I can write. So a to the power n xn is replaced by, suppose you have known the xn z transform is xz, then multiplication with exponential, that is a to the power n xn, what will happen? The z transform where each z is divided by a, that means we have to replace z with z by a. So now we will solve one problem, then we will have better understanding about this property. That is, suppose un having z transform, that is you have all know z by z minus 1. So now I want to calculate the z transform of a to the power n un. So multiplied exponential, that is a to the power n. So what I have to do? So in place of a, I am in example I am taking 2. So 2 to the power n un. Then we have to replace this z by 2. Then z by 2 minus 1. Here the region of convergence was z mod greater than 1, but in this case the region of convergence will be z by 2 will be greater than 1. Z by 2 mod will be greater than 1. Then we will have, just take LCM, we will find this becomes z by z minus 2, and the region of convergence becomes z mod greater than 2. So you can see how the property, if you know the properties, then how fast you can calculate the z transform of a signal. So just you have to remember this basic 2 to 3 signals z transform, that is u of n, u of minus n minus 1, that you have to 2 to 3 signal you have to remember, and otherwise any other signal will be derived from this basic signal only, then we can directly write the z transform. So in the next class we will continue about the property, some more property we will study about this z transform. Thank you.